Is it Thai music?
That's right, you correct. It is a Thai music.
Sawadee Club. Hello everyone, my name is Marat and welcome in the world of Thai culture.
Sawadee Club. Hello and welcome to Thailand, the land of smiles.
Sawadee Krab. Hello. My name is Silvercorn. For those who don't know where Thailand is situated in the Southeast Asia, bordering with Andaman Sea and the Gulf of Thailand. The neighbor country is Myanmar in the west, Laos in the northeast, Cambodia in the east, and the south tip is the Malaysia. And Thai culture is influenced by many cultures like Chinese, Indian, Burmese, Khmer, and other Southeast Asian nations.
The official language which is spoken in Thailand is Thai. But what do people in Thailand wear? Appropriate clothing for both sexes in Thailand is that you need to cover your shoulders, knees, and ideally your ankles too. Your arms and hands don't need to be covered. One of the most important about food in Thailand is the formal presentation of food. That means that it is important to serve the food in a respectful way. A typical Thai meal includes 5 main flavors: salty, sweet, sour, bitter, and spicy. Indeed, most Thai dishes are not considered satisfying unless they combine all 5. While the seasoning can be spicy for a fortune plate, Thai food ensures that a balance of all flavors is present. Traditional Thai art. Traditional Thai art is primarily Buddhist art. Traditional Thai sculpture almost exclusively depicts images of the Buddha, being very similar to the other styles from Southeast Asia. Traditional Thai paintings usually consist of book illustrations and painted ornamentation of buildings such as the palaces and temples. One of the most important arts in Thai is Thai boxing. Thai boxing or Muay Thai is very important in Thailand since King Rama I. It's a martial art and combat sports that used stand-up striking techniques. Though Thailand was never colonized by colonial power, pop music and other forms of modern Asia, Europe, and American music have become extremely influential to the 2 most popular styles of traditional Thai music are Luk Thung and Morlam. The latter in particular has close affinities with the music of Laos. The games. Dern Kala is a game where you have coconut shell shoes. That means that you cut a coconut in half and put those 2 halves under your toes and have a race with someone else. Ray Ray Khao Sarn is a chair game where there are, for example, 10 people but just 9 chairs. And when music plays, you walk around the chairs in a circle. And when the music stops, everybody needs to sit down. The one who has no seat is disqualified for this round and can't play no more. After this round, they take 1 chair away, so it's always 1 chair less than people in the game. The last one standing is the one who won. Kradot Chwek is a jumping with the rope where 2 people are rotating the rope while one is jumping in the middle. Very famous for young Thai. The festivals. Songkran, the water festival. This festival lasts for 3 days from April 13th to 15th, but on larger festivals it can also be celebrated 3 days later. Celebrations are held nationwide. The wildest Songkran celebration is in Chiang Mai, where crowds of people fill their buckets with water from the moat. Songkran is Thailand's biggest and wettest festival, and it's about purification and washing away bad thoughts and actions, and wish good luck for the coming year. Thai people celebrate Songkran with parades, dancing, folk performances, and above all, with big water slides. Loi Krathong, the Festival of Lights. Like Songkran, Loi Krathong is celebrated through the country. Loi Krathong falls on the evening of the full moon in the 12th month of Thai lunar calendar. You can go anywhere near water like canals, rivers, lakes, etc. Loi Krathong is the second biggest festival in Thailand and only after Songkran. With hundreds of banana leaf boats landed with flowers, incense, and candles going down the rivers, lakes, and canals, and it's centrally one of the most spectacular. Yipeng Festival. Is a festival of light somewhat similar to Loi Krathong, and it's celebrated on the same day. During the festival, thousands of paper lanterns called Khom Loi are released into the sky. The festival also includes lantern displays, religious events, parades, fireworks, music performance, and food.
Let's move on the bottom of the iceberg. So, first of all, about gender roles. The gender roles of Thai past and present culture are very different. In the past, women were housewives, cleaning an apartment, and raising children, while men did like manual chores and earned money. Nowadays, everything has changed, and women work the same way as men, and now we can notice like many women in the government. And raising children is the job of dad and mom also. So, about values of Thai culture. First of all, one of the most important is family. Family took the first place, like one of the most important values. Second one, Thai people are famous around the world for their smiles. Now we can see the Siva, who smiles always. Third, respect plays a big part in daily interactions in Thailand. Thai people show respect in many ways. And the fourth one is freedom.
For the rite of passage, Thai top knot cutting ceremony is very important. For stage 1, segregation. Newborn or young individuals are left with top knot hair for the belief that that child will stay healthy and easy to raise. In stage 2, the transition. After picking an auspicious day, the child can be 7 or 9 or 13 years old, depend. Children dresses in traditional clothes and pray along with Buddha monks at the cutting area. After finishing, children offer the hot water and cold water to the monk. On the next day, the children come and pray with the monk again. And when it hit the chapter of Sised Pavipayok, the monk will cut off immediately. The top knot. Then the father will be the one who finishes cutting the hair. Lastly, stage 3, incorporation. The hair will be put in a lotus leaf and then float it in the river. Before floating, praying for happiness, prosperity to the children. This marks another stage of life and means that the children are ready to take care of themselves. Fun fact, one of my friends carried on that tradition, and I remember the good old days where he had the top knot.
So let's talk about marriage. There are two kinds of marriage: Buddhist marriage and civil unions marriage. Traditions associated with weddings. First one, Buddhist blessing on merit making. You don't have to be Buddhist to partake in the ceremony, and in fact, many Western couples also like to have a Buddhist wedding ceremony when they marry in Thailand. Mark procession. This is traditionally inside culture. The family of the groom discussed with family of the bride how much dowry should be paid. When they agreed, the engagement can take place, which involves an offering of gold and gifts for the bride and her family. Next one, the shell ceremony. Rod Nam Sang. The bride and groom wear garlands around their neck and kneel, and way whistle. The elder says a few words and anoints them on the forehead. A conch shell, known in Thai as sang, is filled with holy water and is used by each guest to gently pour over the hands of the newlyweds.
For the subculture, Thai Chinese are the largest minority group in Thailand. Fun fact, it is the largest overseas Chinese community around the world, with a population of approximately 10 million people, or about 11 to 14% of Thai population. Teochew, one of the dialect group, made up of 56% of Thai Chinese population. Teochew is the subculture under the Thai mainstream culture. Some people are still speaking Teochew.
Thì là cái mới là cái khăm bạc khăn, ở cái coi những bộ biết ham cái càng trên qua bên dưới cửa có tỷ số bỏ.
They also have different attitude, tradition, and belief like the Chinese God instead of the Gautama Buddha.